right, so a Utah woman went from poetry slams here in Salt Lake to the Women of the World poetry stage in Baltimore, and she won it all. We're talking about 22-year-old Chelsea Guevara, who was born and raised here in Salt Lake City, currently getting a master's in Latin American Studies from the University of Arizona. Her dad's side of the family is from El Salvador and a big influence in her life and poetry. And Chelsea has been a part of Utah Poetry Slam for years. We have an excerpt from one of the poems that won her first place in Baltimore. Let's listen.
If there's one thing I've learned from my dad, it's how to love cumbia. How to make a partner out of the music so you never really have to dance by yourself, how to move your feet until the heels don't hurt anymore and you forget you're tired. My dad taught me not to stutter over the rhythm, but how to use my hips to speak in música bachata. Didn't know he could spin circles around me in zapateo hondureño until my wedding at 20 years old. That night, the whole family joined in a circle. Moved at the command of Hermanos Flores and Ancieto Molina. When I say my family loves to dance, I mean we love to dance.
This year's Women of the World Poetry Slam had 93 women who competed over 3 days, and Chelsea was there with 2 other poets from Utah as well, Monica Lissette and Sammy Walker. Chelsea says that poetry is a way to tap into your thoughts and emotions and even surprise yourself.
I think that for me, poetry just kind of means I don't know, just self-expression and also self-discovery. I think every time that we write a poem, we learn something new about ourselves. And that has always been there, but, you know, we just had to, I guess, find the words to kind of like get ourselves there. Writing in general, but writing poetry has always been really important for me to kind of understand my own identity, my own community, and say the things that I wanted to say in other spaces that I couldn't.
Congratulations to her trying to memorize what you're going to say.
Right.
That's a whole nother ball game and a gift, you know, because I know that if certain, I mean, you know, we do this every day and we can't even remember sometimes.
Right, just two lines, right? But I mean, yeah. To memorize, you know, a whole lot of lines there, and also the presentation, getting in front of people, that's a big deal
it's
as
like
well.
Stage presence, acting almost.
Exactly.
So, except you're talking about real stuff. And Utah Poetry Slam, it's held every month. Utah Poetry Slam holds the Salt Lake City Slam every month. See, there we go. This is a look at their Instagram page. You can get updates, information. And Salt Lake City Slam is the last Monday of every month. So usually they have a feature poet, open mic, as well as a slam. And the next Poetry Slam is going to be April 29th. So it's always interesting to go to a poetry slam. It's been a long time since I've been to one, but it's really cool.
Obviously, we're not doing a lot of poetry necessarily in the work that we do, but a lot of writing. And I think we definitely have some appreciation for anybody that can really put words together in a creative, interesting, impactful way. I don't know, I'm always fascinated by
and
a
tell
really
a story.
good piece of poetry.
Not everyone can do it. Not an easy thing for sure.